two sides to every argument, and I get one side and I get the other side. But there's always the entertainment element of it, and I get what my guy AOC is talking about with the agent versus the player versus the owner and all of this. But Jerry Jones, he is the king of manipulating the audience to stir up the things as it relates to content, and he's going to bring it out for us all, man. This is what my guy Boss Cowboys Sports had to say, and shout out to him because it's falling right in line with what Jerry is doing. Listen properly.
Right now, not at all. My experience has been, and I hope that our fans would understand that I do know how to keep it stirred up. Most agents get mad as hell if I talk to the player.
Come on with it.
So you don't even have talks if they had their way about it. If you see what I mean. And so my point is, it's a misnomer to think that talks are the total or the beginning of a time clock on talks has that much to do with signing a player. Those two aren't necessarily the same.
Okay. What do agents think of you when you have those direct talks with players? Do you think they're like, wait a minute, we don't want that?
Yeah, and are you kidding me? That's just not something that you should worry about. You should be worrying about your ability to make it work, and you should be worried about what the player does. Does he have good enough health? Does he have enough skill to do what you're paying him the money for?
Before we close out with all of this, that's why I believe that the deal is somewhat done, and Jerry is just trying to stretch this out so that he can get some of the attention back to the board of Cowboys conversation. And that's the reality. What is everybody talking about? The Dallas Cowboys. Now they're talking about Micah Parsons. It would not benefit the Cowboys in any shape, form, or fashion to get the deal done 2 weeks ago as it relates to the attention aspect of it, right? So Jerry Jones know how to stretch this out, but the problem is that on the flip side, of course, we as content creators or the media or in general, we want to get this deal done so that we know that the Cowboys should be targeting other players to bring in so that we can have a well-rounded team before you go into the postseason next season if everything is in line. But if things are not, then if we have weak depths, if we have injuries, our team be so top-heavy that we rely so much on our key players and not the complete whole, then we continue to have this same cycle over and over again. That's why I say I want the Cowboys to get one or two players, known players, that can bring the results, not a few of these quote-unquote unknowns like Paris Campbells of the world, and even dating back to, like they said with me, James Washingtons of the world, right? Whereas we as Cowboy fans are saying, hey, if you go ahead and pay this off early or pay this player early, then you will have more and more money, more and more resources to go out there and grab one of those key players that's in this free agency that can pretty much help this team out in the long run. But we don't do that here in Dallas land for some strange reason. But let's listen to the rest of this.
The agent is not a factor here or something to worry about. And I don't know his name. Hope that.
Yeah. So that's Jerry right there. And he knows how to get people talking about his brand, whether it's good news, bad news, or indifference. Jerry Jones is the king of the attention from this particular angle. Now, how can we resolve all of this? I get it. The agents may seem and appear to be the bad guys, right? Because they looking out for the player. And, of course, they fatten their wallets with it as well, right, with the 10% or whatever the deals or the details may be. But at the end of the day, if you allow these owners to take advantage of these players, they will do just that. They haven't become, or they are not billionaires by accident. They are billionaires by calculated reasonings. on how they move their money from one point to another. And business class 101 is buy low, sell high, right? Get these things done through others, right? Making sure that you are building your wealth through others. And the players, the NFL literally stands not for long. Every single player is a Ryan Shazier hit away. I'm not using that as a joke, but I'm telling you guys. And the agent got to be able to make sure that the guarantee monies is there. Got to make sure that the language is within the confines of the contract is there. You can't take the owner's word for it because you're here today, you're going tomorrow. So you got to have that fair and balance. You got to have it. If not, the owners will run circles around these players. Yeah. Everybody say, hey, a player should take less money. The player should take less money. The players should take below market value. Well, no one is praising Tyron Smith for all of the years they done signed a 9 to 10 year contract. He took less money. Yes, he was always hurt guy, but no one says, yeah, congratulations to Tyron Smith. What we did with all of that money we saved, by the way, right? And people were still calling him, hey, Tyron Smith, man, he's washed, he's trash, he's injury prone, he's X, Y, and Z for 10 years. He could have been back at the market and got unbelievable money, right? Now, granted, if Micah Parsons is able to do a deal like that, but keep in mind, just keep in mind, and I'm not saying that Tyron Smith is not well off, but keep in mind, the front office will take you with the less money, but will they do something rightfully with the extra money that they get? That's the name of this particular game. And if you trust Jerry and them to do that, then you just got blind trust on that, and that's cool. I'm not going to take that away from that. But in actuality, if I'm an agent, I'm trying to look out for my player, and I'm trying to get him every dollar he can get. Keep this in mind. Whatever contract that Micah Parsons signed is going to be a good deal for Micah Parsons and the Cowboys. Why? Because they're going to add that extra game, and it's going to be at a discount rate because he's going to get paid before that time frame, right? But just like anything, it's football, baby. And Jerry Jones loved to do this. Shout out to my guy, Boss Cowboys Sports, for putting that WWE or F into this particular thing. And this is just like wrestling. Jerry Jones know how to stir up the pot. And I get the other connotations of what my guy AOC is saying is that, hey, screw the agents. We here for the players. But, yeah, we just want to see the players play. Yeah, I get that point. But the agents want to also secure that same reasoning for the player, right? That's just the reality of it, too. You got to figure out a way to get these deals done, but in a proper way. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below, Cowboy Nation. Let me know how y'all feel. Is this deal done? We know for sure without any doubt, that Micah Parsons, he's going to be on the Cowboys. And the Cowboys front office, they will sign him. They cave every single time, right? But they stretch and pull these stories out, and they be longer than Shaq's feet and Jay Leno's chin all combined. DC for life. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Peace.